Hi, my name is Average Shooter Guy, and I go through a lot of target stands. That's why I wanted to try the Highwild target stand system with its AR500 10x16 hostage target that can easily be converted to a regular IDPA target by just simply removing the flipper. And this flipper is a 3¼ inch diameter flipper. And because of this spring style mount, it provides for a really good ring. And as you can see, it angles the target a little bit downwards, so your ricochets are hopefully not coming straight back at you. And the base is pretty basic, but does the job just fine. And we're gonna put this brand new target to the test. We're gonna start with some 22s and work our way up and see if we can either damage this thing or knock it over. Speaking of knocking it over, I do have some stakes keeping it in the ground, so hopefully those stakes will do the job that they're supposed to and not let this thing get knocked over. However, I guess that's what we're here to test, so stick around and let's see what happens. All right, to start things off, we're gonna do a 22 pistol. Technically this is a pistol. It has a 6-inch barrel, and we're gonna be using some 22 Federal auto match. So the flipper, I guess the 22 pistol doesn't really do the flipper very well because the flipper is directly behind the target right now and I can't even shoot it. So let's just go and finish this off. There we go. All right, so I got the flipper reset down there, and we're gonna try some 22 still, but this is also the Federal auto match out of a 16-inch barrel. This is the Marlin 795. Well, that time the flipper worked. All right, so next we're gonna do 22 mag out of the Caltech PMR30. I only have 10 rounds loaded in here. This is some CCI Maxi Mag. Gun is fun, but man, sometimes you get gas back in the face. Anyways, that worked pretty well. All right, moving right along. If you have a Caltech PMR30, you definitely need a Caltech CMR30. And again, shooting some CCI Maxi Mag. I wasn't aiming for the flipper with the PMR30 because I'm pretty sure I wasn't going to be able to hit it. I'm about 25 yards back. But with the scope on here, I'm gonna try and go for that flipper. Not really a good shooter. I can't hit the damn thing most of the time, but yeah, it works really well with the 22 mag. All right, so next up, let's move on to some centerfire cartridges. We're gonna start with the 9mm out of this M&P 9 2.0 in a CAA MCK. All right, so we're gonna do a mixture of brass and some steel case. Not very good hitting that flipper. So we just did some 9s. Let's go ahead and step it up to a 45. This is the FNX 45, and I'm going to be shooting some steel case ammo out of it. Hands are a little shaky. Can't hit them all. You sure can try. So now for some 44 mag out of this Rossi Ranch hand right here. And we're going to be shooting some Hornady Lever Revolution. It's a 225 grain ballistic tip, 44 mag. So this gun's a side loader. There we go. All right. Oh, this gun's fun, but I can't hit shit with it, so I'm not even going to try and go for the flipper. I'm just going to go for center mass here. I got one more shot here. All right. Kind of want to go take a look at those 44 mag hits, see if there's any deformations yet. All right, so after a 44 mag, this is looking pretty good. I don't see any kind of divots or damage of any kind. The only damage I see, and I think it came from the 45, so I hit a little low down here and split some of the wood. But let's let's keep going. I guess we're going to move on up to some rifle cartridges now. So before we move on to some full-blown rifles, we're going to continue with a pistol, believe it or not. This is an AR-15 pistol. It is a Palmetto State Armory home build, and I'm going to be shooting some steel-cased ammo, if you can see in there. So it's about to get really loud. Definitely want to make sure you got hearing protection for one of these. Alright, with the sun full blown in my face, we shot the 223 pistol. That was about an 8-inch barrel. This is an 18-inch barrel. This is chambered in 223 Wild, so should be building up a lot more velocity than that 223 pistol. And we're also just shooting some steel-cased ammo. This thing's such a breeze to shoot. I'm gonna try and hit that flipper. Here, I got one more round. Oh, I think I did hit the flipper, but it flipped back around. Alright. Alright, so just wanted to check it real quick after the 223 out of an 18-inch barrel, because that's a lot of velocity. That's probably traveling pretty close to maybe 3,200 feet per second. Anyways, there's a little bit of deformation right here on this flipper. I'm pretty sure I can actually see the marks where the 18-inch barrel hit, because there's the ever so slightest little bit of dimpling, but it's really negligible. But yep, looks just fine. Let's keep going. All right, moving up to 30 caliber. We're gonna do 7.62 by 39 out of the SKS, and we're shooting some steel-cased ammo. I believe it's just Max Tech. And if you're not familiar with steel-cased, usually it has a bimetal jacketed bullet on top, so whenever it hits something like steel, it can create a lot of damage. And with this 20-inch barrel right here, it's definitely building up a lot of velocity, so kind of eager to see how it holds up. Try to hit that flipper. But it's kind of hard to tell. And on to one of my favorite rifles of all time, the Mosin M44. It's got the side folding bayonet, and it's a little bit shorter than your typical Mosin Nagant. This is more of a carbine version of the Mosin Nagant. So shoots the same exact round. We're shooting some steel cased, just a generic 7.62 by 54R. I kind of forgot where I got it from. This was years ago I got this ammo. But anyways, if you don't know, these rifles are sighted in with the bayonet extended, so that's how I'm going to shoot it. So let's go and shoot that target and see if we can damage it any more than that 7.62 by 39 does. This thing makes quite a fireball. Still standing. That guy's loaded up 4 rounds. So let's go check it out. Okay. Quite honestly, I can't exactly tell where I hit, which is a good sign because I was kind of expecting maybe some really big divots, but I don't really feel anything. At least no more than the 7.62 by 39. Obviously it made small little divots, but I can't tell the difference between the 7.62 by 39 and the 7.62 by 54R. So, success. All right, I think I got one more 12 gauge, and we're gonna be shooting some slugs. And finally, 12 gauge slugs. We're gonna be shooting some Winchester Super X. This stuff is crazy, going 1,760 feet per second. It's the fastest slug I've really seen out on the regular market. But anyways, it's this 3-inch shell, and it's shooting a 1-ounce slug. So we're gonna be shooting out of this Winchester SXP. It doesn't really like to hold more than 4 rounds, so that's why I just racked one. With the 3-inch shells, with 2 3/4-inch shells, you can put 5 in the tube, no problem. But with 3-inch shells, it only really likes to do 4. But I'm gonna be sort of guessing a little bit because I wasn't really too kind on this shotgun with that intro when I threw it. Oh man! Note to self: don't throw your Winchester SXP. Got dinged up a little there too. But I lost my sight and fucked up the barrel. And I lost my front sight. I also kind of dinged up the back right here a little bit, but it's okay because guns, especially shotguns, are kind of meant to be used and abused, let's just say. So certain ones you can keep in nice pristine condition, but good old pump shotgun should definitely have some good old dings on it. So let's go ahead and see if we can get the target to fall over. Right now the stakes are holding in just fine. They're doing a really good job. I'm kind of surprised because the ground is really soft. I was kind of expecting the stakes to come out of the ground pretty easily, but they're holding. All right, here we go. 3-inch shells, 1-ounce slug, 1,760 feet per second. Oh yeah, one more thing. I gotta tighten this a little bit. All right, here we go. I didn't hit it. Not exactly sure where the sight picture is on this thing. Let's try that again. I might need to move closer. Try one more. Oh, there we go. Yep, just got aim low. Woo. That'll put a hurting on your shoulder. Yeah, this thing's rattling around pretty bad. I'm pretty sure though that once you take off the butt pad here, there's a little screw all the way down, then you can just tighten this up. That should probably fix this issue. And then I just got to get a new sight. So we'll be back in working order. All right, anyways, let's go take a look at the 12 gauge slug and see the kind of damage that it might have done, might not have done. As you can see, it's no serious damage. It's actually still standing up. These stakes down here did a really good job of staying in the ground. There's just two of them, one there, one there. There's definitely a lot of splatter down on the base, but that's to be expected. A lot of splatter as well going up the 2x4. Right about there, I put a hole in the 2x4. I think that's where the 45 hit it. And just taking a look now at the target itself, it's still going. You can actually see where these slugs hit. There's definitely one right here. This right here is really cool. This right here, you can see it flattened out the top of that bolt and hit right here, and look at this. I think that's a piece of the slug right there. And as far as the flipper goes, you know, the flipper's working just fine. Let's go and take a look at the mounting system, which also looks great. Obviously no real damage back there at all. But I gotta say, this Highwild AR500 hostage target, it's holding up just fine after, I don't even know how many rounds we put through it today, but it was quite a lot of all different kinds of calibers, all different kinds of kinetic energy, just all sorts of different things. All right, well, here we go. It's still standing. Look at it. It's still there. Definitely a lot of good hits all over. I mean, we put this thing through the paces. The flipper didn't flip out. It did what it's supposed to. And the target stand, even though it's leaning and without the stakes in the ground, definitely would have fallen over. It's holding just fine. And because of the angle that this mount puts it at, the target kind of has a little bit of give. So even though it's leaning forward, it doesn't really mess with the position of the target. So it was still easy to shoot at, easy to see, easy to get the flipper to react. That is, of course, when I can actually hit the thing. At 25 yards, a 3-inch or 3¼ inch target, it's very difficult to hit with certain guns. Most of the guns I brought out. But anyways, I'm very happy with this target. I like this target stand a lot, and I'm definitely gonna keep using it. So further down the road, we'll see if we can destroy it or if it'll last a lifetime. I guess time will only tell. Thanks for watching.